Alright, hi gang. Today we're looking at our AlexPy skill of decimal multiplication, problem type 2. So essentially, we are going to be solving this problem right here. So I have 3 and 4 thousandths. I'm going to multiply that by 67 and 9 tenths. Very first thing that is different when I'm multiplying with decimals is that I do not have to line up the decimal points. So notice it says we are first going to ignore the decimal points. Okay? So that means when I'm writing my problem out, I'm going to say 3.004 multiplied. So if I was lining up my decimal points, I would want 67 to be here. Actually, I wouldn't even want my 67 to be there, Mrs. Hook. I would want my 67, if I was adding, I would want my 67 to be right here, 67.9. Multiplying, it doesn't work that way. Okay? So when I multiply, I'm simply going to start on the right-hand side, and I'm going to put in my 9 and my 6, 7. Okay? So this is what my problem is going to look like. Decimal points don't line up. Now I'm just going to multiply like normal. So I could really even just ignore those decimal points for just a second. Excuse me. So first thing, ooh, I am sorry. So here's what I have. Starting, again, when we multiply, we're starting in the bottom right-hand corner. So I'm going to multiply this 9 by everything on the top row. So I'm going to do 9 times 4. 9 times 4 is 36. So I put my 6 down here, carry my 3. Next problem I'm going to do is 9 times 0. 9 times 0 is 0, but I have to add my 3 in, so I'm going to have 3. Next problem I'm doing is 9 times 0. See how I'm moving from right to left along the top-hand side. So 9 times 0 is again 0. And then the last thing I have to multiply 9 by is this 3. So 9 times 3 is 27. So I'm good to go. Now I'm going to multiply the 7 by everything on the top row. Remember, the very first thing we have to do is add in our placeholder, because we're not multiplying by the 9 anymore, so I've got to put a 0 there. So now I'm going to multiply 7 times 4. 7 times 4 is 28, so I put an 8 here, and I'm going to have to carry my 2. Now I'm going to do 7 times 0 is 0, but I have to add my 2 in, so I put a 2. Next, again, I'm doing 7 times 0. 7 times 0 is 0. Next, 7 times 3. 7 times 3 is 21. So I do that. I should have changed colors. Here, let me change colors for you. So my last row is going to be multiplying the 6 by everything. How many zeros do you think we're going to need to put in this one? Well, I'm going to need 2 zeros because I'm multiplying by the 6. So my first number is going to go right here. And that number is going to be the product of 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. So I put a 4. Now I'm going to have to carry a 2. 6 times 0 is 0 plus 2. Add that 2 in. So that's going to be a 2. Next problem is going to be the product of 6 times 0. The product of 6 and 0 is 0. And the last piece of the puzzle is 6 times 3 is 18. Right, so now I'm at the stage where I'm just going to add up all my numbers here. So the numbers right here I'm going to add. So I should have 6. 8 plus 3 is 11. Carry my 1. That's going to be a 7. Didn't have to carry anything. That's going to be a 9. Didn't have to carry anything. That's a 3. That's 10. Carry my 1. Now here's what I have to do. Remember, this started out being a problem with decimals. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to add my decimal points in where they should have been. Alright, so next, I'm going to count how many numbers are to the right or behind my decimals. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 total numbers are behind the decimal point. So how many total numbers should be behind my decimal point in my final answer? If you said 4, you got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my decimal point is going right here. So again, when I count, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers behind my decimal point. So my final answer is 203 and 9,716 10,000ths. And that's what my answer says over here. So I'm good to go. And this example is using the standard method. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.